Hey everyone, Geophysicist Stefan Burns here. We just had a giant fireball fly over Argentina and Uruguay, specifically over Buenos Aires. A lot of people saw this, multiple sightings. We have videos of this. This is the first one. Here's the second video and third video. This one very clearly showing that long vapor trail, a lot of plasma at the head of this bolide. This one is shakier, but you see that very long classic fireball signature there, and this came in around 10:50 p.m. local time yesterday, April 27th. So this is a significant fireball event, and basically we've been seeing significant events like this all through March and April. So this spring has been very active thus far, well over baseline. Especially last month was an anomalous surge of fireball sightings, specifically also big fireball sightings where there's actual meteorites collected from the ground. Afterwards, sonic booms, fragmentations are raining down into people's houses. We also just a few days ago had an asteroid pass closer than geosynchronous orbit that had a diameter of about 5 meters. So that could have also very easily hit us and triggered a big event similar to what we saw over Texas, Ohio, Germany, where we had fragments recovered. So it does seem we're in some sort of denser debris stream as compared to normal where Earth is right now in its orbit around the sun. You have the Earth, of course, moving around the sun. So it's always going into a new location, a new region of space. You have the sun itself moving through interstellar space, potentially bringing the entire solar system into contact with new regions that have different populations of meteorites and asteroids and more. And then you also have the regular flow and movement of the asteroid belt and meteor jet streams in our solar system. So I'm not sure exactly which one of these factors is predominant. It's probably kind of all three working together. It's just really right now we're at a nexus point of there being enhanced meteorite activity here on Earth, and specifically fireball activity, meaning that these are big meteorites and they are large enough that they're able to shine brighter than the planet Venus, the third brightest object in our sky. So you can see these during the day. That's how bright they are. This one though being captured at night, but you see it very, very clearly here. If you go back to our other video, I mean, this one is really remarkable. This shows the length on that tail and the vaporization that's unfolding, and then really shining, glowing very, very brightly. So this is not something that you see every day, folks. This is a pretty remarkable event that unfolded last night in South America. And again, with this video, this is the first one that I saw of this event as it was occurring. It was posted like an hour afterwards. This one really giving you a sense of the scale too, because it's a little bit further zoomed out with some context with the trees and everything. I know it's shaky, but really incredible stuff. Now, if we look at our database of fireball events, well, we don't see this one in here. This is provided by the American Meteor Society, and they keep a database of all these sort of significant events and how many reports that they get. And this is one way to categorize these different fireball sightings. And so you see a lot here from Europe. You also see a lot from the United States, Canada. You don't often see too many from, let's say, the Caribbean or South America or other places in the globe like the Middle East, China. Sometimes Australia and New Zealand pop up, but really this is a database and a service that's well known about in North America and Europe. So I'm not really surprised that we're not seeing this fireball event show up in this database because no one's reported it, probably because they simply don't know that they should report it. So we don't have a calculated vector or angle for this based off of the trajectory and more, but this was a significant event. And this is continuing what we're seeing around the globe in terms of there being heightened fireball sightings for March and April. March really being the big month here. We see 12 events with more than 100 reports. April here is at 5. We see more events here in this 25 to 50 range than we did with March. And we see with March in general, there was also a lot of reports over 50. So in that 50 to 100 and then also 100 plus. I mean, one of the reports for March was like 3,000 plus reports across Europe. That was March 8th, that crazy fireball that flew in. But April here, still also quite significant. We see that we're at 5 versus February and January. This is for 100 reports or more. February, January is only at 3 and 1. If we go to some of the other years here, just for reference, you'll notice that you don't see 5 all that often. I mean, here we have 6, we have 7, we have 6. Okay, 2025 is kind of active. Here we see 6, 6. If you go to 2023, we don't see any months here where you have more than 100 reports at a number of 5 events. So here we see 9 and 6. So you can see the distribution here is about 2. You usually have 2 reports over 100 per month. That's the average. Some months it's 0, some months it's 12, like last March. But certainly we didn't drop straight back down to baseline in April. We're coming to a close now with April because today is the 28th. So a few more days to go. But again, if this event had been put into the database, it would show up. And there probably are more than 100 people that saw this. I mean, it flew right over Buenos Aires and the videos are coming out. It's just they haven't been posted to this website. So that's the problem with this database. It's not necessarily the database's problem. It's just that there's limited reporting from some of these other areas. And well, you expect fireball activity to be fairly equally distributed across the globe. And think about all the fireballs and meteorites and things that are coming down across Earth's oceans that no one has seen. So keep that in mind too. We're in a really big surge right now. And as it relates to our safety here on the planet, you get a bigger chunk, like 40 meters across. That's a Tunguska, and that could level a city. So it's important to be aware of our space environment, the debris streams that we're entering into, it seems. The orbits for these are all kind of random, though in general, they're coming in from the Ant-Helion source, which is opposite of the sun. So we have a little bit of an idea of what the deal is, but in general, it's pretty random, it seems, and it looks like we're entering into a thicker debris stream that's related to the asteroid belt. And one other thing to keep in mind too is that we also have so many satellites now surrounding our planet. There's 10,000 Starlinks and many, many others. And so here we see a Starlink coming down. So they look very similar. You see the green color, you see that fiery red tail. These right there are just lens and window glares from the airplane. So it's not like there's companions traveling along with it. And all this light there, a lot of that is lens glare from the window and from the camera, I'm assuming. But you see that this is very similar in how it looks, but it's much slower. So when these sort of Starlink satellites come down, they can behave in a similar way. But they're not going to be as fast. Their velocity in general is much lower. You see these fragmentation events that occur. So they almost always will fragment apart, whereas a meteor, if it's just a single chunk, doesn't necessarily have to fragment. It can just continue to ablate down and vaporize into nothing. So we are seeing more events like this too around the world. So keep that in mind. But in general, right now, we are in a very thick debris stream. The meteor storm is continuing, and I will keep you up to date on all this and much more if you subscribe to the channel. I've been your host, Stefan Burns, geologist, geophysicist, space weather guy. This is my clips channel. I also have my main channel. Make sure to subscribe to both to stay up to date. Wishing you well. Have a great day, and I'll see you all in the next video.